every single sniper monkey in BT6 just got buffed. So instead of testing them individually, how about we just try them all out together? And while we're at it, let's try and buy every single tier 5 sniper monkey in one game, because these guys work really well together. I guess you guys have noticed by now. I mean, the top hat sniper stuns Bloons and it actually does a decent amount of damage, plus it amplifies the damage that all these guys take, which works well with the other pads. The millipad is just pure and cheap cleanup, which is very useful in the mid game and sometimes in the late game as well. And by the way, it also gives extra attack speed to all snipers, which works on the top and the bottom pad. And then the bottom pad itself is just very good versus mob class Bloons, the thing that both of these guys miss. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. I did bring Geraldo, but don't worry, I'm not bringing him for the Jerry Svar. We're only gonna be using the sharpening stone, guys, for the extra peers, and that's about it. So let's have Jerry somewhere. Yeah, you guys know what, we're gonna be removing some corner on this one, but I still want to have Jerry like here on this corner. And let me tell you guys what all of these changes are while we're dealing with these early rounds. So first off, the 5-0 cripple mob is getting a lot of extra peers on the shrapnel. It goes from 3 to 6 actually. Now that to me is a huge change, because essentially the number of Bloons which are going to get stunned, and then keep in mind the shrapnel also does carry the debuff effect by itself. So this is just not only more Bloons stunned, but more Bloons taking a lot more damage as well. That's going to be nuts. Something else that they did is they increased the lifespan distance of the shrapnel, so it's going to fly for longer, and then to compensate for this, they also increased the speed at which the shrapnel is flying. Now, talking about the millipad, I'm just gonna buy the shrapnel and maybe even a little bit more, because these rounds are becoming a little bit more difficult. But yeah, the mid-pad sniper's price got reduced. That's the tier 5. The elite sniper went from 14k to 12k, and that is actually a huge decrease. Oh my god, that shrapnel was insane. Yeah, so about a 15% decrease, which is a lot. It just means that this mid pad is going to come online a lot sooner and the mid game is going to be so much easier. And then the bot pad, not huge changes over here, just a semi-auto getting a little bit cheaper by 200 bucks. Keep in mind, this is a tier 3, so it can be discounted, so that's, you know, that's always nice. But then they added the price back to the elite defender, so overall, you know, not too many changes over here. I guess the overall idea is to just get these like mid-game type of towers a little bit earlier, and then the cripple mob is going to be a very interesting one. I'm super curious about how that thing is going to work with the new peers. I'm going to drop a village, by the way, and if we drop a glue, is this going to work? I mean, they're kind of defending, but not exactly. We have a set of root spikes at the back. I think we're going to drop one more. This should be fine, right? Yeah, oh my god, guys, you know what? This is going to be, it's going to be one spike left, but yeah, hopefully we don't have to place any more of these. Alright, we might have messed up our left popping power by 50 bucks, and that's exactly the price of this last set of road spikes. It's 55 and the Alchemist is 595. Look at how much cash we have, 546. Come on, man, that's just not fair. Okay, so let's buy a bomb. This is a tower that doesn't exactly fit in with the lineup for sure, but we're gonna make it work. Let's actually drop a glue over here because these leads seem to be escaping the range. Oh, there's one left over there. Can we save it actually? Wait, can this guy see the lead over here? Oh, if he sees it, that's gonna be crazy. He does see it. Okay, one more set of root spikes. Please tell me that's it. And we have 60 bucks with $5 remaining. We barely defend. Oh my god, these rounds, man. All right, so let's see how we can deal with 35. We're $3,000, but here's what I want to do. I want to get the discount and then get some upgrades going. So 1.9 for the bouncing bullet. Are we gonna survive, by the way? We're missing about 100 bucks, and once we get this thing going, I mean, it's gonna be so much easier. So in come the rainbows. I'm just gonna be spamming the button, but once you buy this thing, I think it just, everything becomes a lot easier. So oh my god, we're barely defending. Let me just have like a set of roid spikes in my hand. I think we're fine actually. There's gonna be a spike at the back, and then let's get this guy some extra attack speed. And finally 032, this is where you actually stabilize by a lot. Oh no way, this bomb that we got, this might actually prove to be useful in round 40. Let me buy it like this because we're missing a bunch of Moab damage, right? Let's see if this is gonna be enough. We can drop a glue from Geraldo in case we get the pop. It's, when is it gonna pop? It's not gonna pop in a, yeah, it's popping, but it's not popping soon enough for us. All right, so what's the problem? Well, this corn is blocking the line of sight for a sniper, but it's $1,000. If I remove this thing and let's say we drop a glue, is this gonna be a little bit better? Okay, so what we can also drop this creepy idol. Actually, now that I think about this, maybe we can blow back like a ceramic. That's gonna be nice. Let's see how we do now. So everyone is gonna get slowed, someone is gonna get blown back. Oh my god, I think, yeah, we absolutely do have have this one. There we go. This bomb that we bought that I thought was a mistake, this guy is actually doing work. All right, so let's help our sniper a little bit. We need to improve its visibility. So I'm going to remove this patch of corn over here. Let's get everyone the jungle jumps because we're buying it anyways. And then maybe the faster throwing. This guy's gonna be a 401 anyways, and let's see how good we are. Yeah, there we go. That's not even close, but we need to slowly start, you know, basically giving this guy a little bit more range. And also keep in mind while defending the underlying rounds, because we have a very long ways to go if we're doing the axis of sniper. Oh, and these fortified ceramics are actually making it super far. I think I know exactly what we want to do for these guys. We probably want to go for the top at sniper actually. Usually you don't necessarily care if the cripple moab is buffed or not, but we're gonna buff him in this one. So let's go like this. Let me get the deadly precision, which is going to be one-shotting the ceramics. Actually, let me even just buy the shrapnel right out of the get-go. Yeah, this is going to make 46 a lot easier. It's going to make us a lot better versus the ceramics. So keep this guy on strong, and then this guy and the entirety of the mid path are basically all going to be on first. Alright, so 49, let's get some additional damage going. So usually you want to spam these mid path snipers, so we don't have enough cash to buy a supply drop, so I guess we're just going for another mid path sniper. Let's have it like this, 032. I think the alchemist needs to get upgraded as well because it's already buffing like 4 towers, I think. Yeah, let's get this a 401, but we're not stopping at 1 alchemist because we're going to buy a bunch more snipers as well. Alright, so mid 50s, if we defend these rounds, then usually the entirety of the 50s are going to be fine, but we need to check some boxes basically into these 50s. So number one is gonna be getting the, I'm just gonna buy the supply drop right now. Oh, look at the new price on the elite sniper, by the way. It comes out to be about 13k on hard mode. Yeah, I mean, take a look at this new price, guys. Look at this thing. We even spent so much cash on Geraldo items, removing the corn, and we still get it in the 50s. That's ridiculous how good this new pricing is. So I'm just gonna buy it. Let's say it on first. We did, by the way, unlock the elite targeting, which I think we're gonna have the cripple moab set on later down the line. Basically, the elite targeting means that for the majority of the time the sniper is set on strong, and then if the balloons pass like 80% of the track, and it automatically switches back to first. I don't think you would mind having the cripple moab or the elite defender set on elite targeting, but the sniper, the elite sniper, I think you just want to have it on first because it's just cleanup, right? So let's see how we do versus the 45s. I think we're actually fine. This Mauler, guys, this Mauler that we bought by complete accident is actually doing a lot of work. Let's see how we do versus 63. Once you buy this guy, like, I mean, come on, it's not even close. He also gets lead popping power, by the way. This is like natural lead popping power, so you don't have to worry about anything. And yeah, he's just so good. Look at these shrapnels bouncing all over the place. And yeah, this is just the green light for us to buy the other tier 5, which actually is, I think it is actually, because this is happening. Yeah, this is the green light for us to buy the elite defender, guys. We need the, I guess we're gonna start with this cheaper semi-auto, which now comes out to be 2,500, I guess in the range of a discount village. Let's set it on, let's set it on the lead, because why not? And then let's remove some corn because we are missing some vision. Alright, so we do need some mob class damage, it seems like, from what I'm gathering from this. So let me get the full auto and let's see how we do versus these two BFBs. I think our mob damage is going to be improved by a lot, actually. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so getting super close to the lead defender. I think that's going to be our next purchase, and then it's going to be a little bit tighter, you know, getting to the cripple mob, because that's kind of an expensive one. So yeah, once you get this sort of a setup, I mean, this thing stabilizes your game like crazy. Actually, I think I mention this every time I use this setup, but I've blackboarded so many maps using this exact strategy, like the mid-path snipers. These guys have always been good, and especially when Geraldo Sharpening Stone used to give +1 damage and pierce. Now they had to nerf it, so it's like it only gives +2 pierce, which I'm not sure all of you guys know about that one, but yeah, that used to make this combo absolutely OP. Okay, so as round 79 is ending, it's time for us to do a couple of things. First off, let me buy the elite defender, and then I think it's time to remove this last, actually it's not gonna be the last, it's gonna be the next to last patch of corn that we remove, because I still want to remove this one here on the side as well, but it's super expensive. It's 1.5k. And as we're going to these 80s, I want to do a couple more things. So first off, because these ceramics are super strong, as you guys can see, the elite sniper and this bouncing bullet, they're not exactly dealing with them as well. So let's get the main mob so that we can stun these guys a little bit, and it's time for us to buy at least one more bouncing bullet. We also need to get going with these Geraldo buffs, by the way, because we've been slacking a little bit with these sharpening stones. This is only 81, but you can see we're starting to struggle, guys. Oh my god, wait a minute. I think we need to remove this patch as well. Yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, let's just do it. I mean, that was only round 81. We have like 20 rounds of free play left to go, so you know, might as well get it going. Oh my god, 84. This is not looking good, guys. I mean, the alchemist is absolutely overworked. Let's actually switch this guy to elite for a second, the main mod, because we need a little bit of firepower here at the start, it seems like. So whenever the balloons cross the 8% mark, as you guys can see, sometimes the elite defender is switching to the right right side by himself, and that's essentially what the main mob is going to be doing, even though it's like not too good versus small balloons. Alright, so $3,000 remaining for the cripple mob. This guy is actually going to get a huge firepower boost because he also has an AoE attack, and his base attack damage gets increased by a lot. I think it's 160 or 180. But yeah, basically he starts doing some decent damage by himself as well. So as we're clearing out 87, is this going to be the round to which we... Oh, wait a minute. Let me just drop a clue. That's a lot of balloons, a lot of small balloons actually. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine versus 87, and then this is going to be the one in which we finally buy it. Alright, finally, let me get the cripple mob, and that is, I think it's right on time because this is going to give us a little bit of time for the 90s to spend some money on the call to arms and everything. Yeah, now finally we can actually see the new shrapnel, guys, because the new shrapnel has 6 spears instead of 3, so basically a lot more balloons are going to be getting stunned and are going to be taking a lot of extra damage. And I think it's kind of noticeable on a round like this one, although the backline is still, yeah, look at this thing, the backline is still leaking a bunch of balloons. Alright, it's time for another alchemist. This guy is going to get overworked as well, but I think we're going to have to stop at 2 401s. I think we're actually going to be able to see this new shrapnel on a round like this one, like 91, because it basically has a bunch of BFVs, and so many of them are getting stunned. Yeah, this is really good. I mean, because it's elite, so it's only targeting the BFB layer, but it's leaving the mob, so this is causing a little bit of issue for us. So let's get the stronger stim, and then, oh, are we dropping our glue? Let's just have a clue like this. Oh my god, we need to find a way to deal with these small balloons, guys. This is not looking good. We did complete the axis. I guess we bought all tier 5 snipers, but I guess the only thing left to do is win. Alright, so in comes 94, and this round is getting broken apart really quickly because everyone is essentially targeting a different balloon, right? So let's, first off, let me do something else. I wanted to give the elite defenders some counter detection because this is a 202 village, so we're gonna need that for 95. Let's see how we're doing on this one. So my idea is still to go for a call to arms village, but if this continues like this, I mean, listen, we're barely defending, so I don't even mind. But keep in mind, this is 94, so no 45 balloons in this one. Okay, we survived the non-45 rounds with absolutely no issues, so let's survive 95 first, and then we're gonna see what we do for 96. The money's kind of tight, honestly. It's 17k, but you cannot buy a call to arms with 17k. That's only the price of the upgrade. Let's see how we are doing on 95 though. Are we buying anything else? We're kind of, you know, low on abilities. We could probably buy a sab or something like that, but I'm not sure how useful it's gonna be. We seem to be dealing with the DD, so that's good. It's only the 45 mobs left and a bunch of small 45 balloons. Oh my god, this is so close to the exit, but now the cripple mob and the elite defender are going to start attacking on first. Are they actually going to defend the last 20% of the track? I think they are, guys. Yes, I know it looks very close, but I think we have it. Yeah, there we go, 95. Yeah, this new shrapnel is definitely keeping a lot more balloons in place. I think it might be one of the factors which is helping us kind of separate the rounds a little bit, so it's into like the small and the big balloons, and just buying a little bit of extra time for sure, but I still don't think that this is going to be enough. Is it? I mean, we've been defending these rounds like barely in the last 20% of the track for like, I don't know, for like the past 10 rounds or something like that, and oh my god, for some reason it's still working. Yeah, these guys just going to overdrive from the balloons here the last 20% of the track. Look at this new cripple mob. It's basically holding everyone in place. That is so good. So many balloons getting stunned. It just buys enough time for everyone else to deal with the small balloons. I think we should get... So we do have the money for the call to arms, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, do we want to buy it though? Or maybe we go for something like the Moab Elim, which is going to be nice, versus the battle around 100? You guys know what? I think I'm going to go for the Elim. Let's buy it right now, actually, on this round, so that we can actually use it onto these ZOMGs. I think that's going to be the more fun way to do it, for sure, because you don't exactly see the Moab Elim that often in games. And again, it's just a bunch of 45 balloons. I mean, look at the stall from this cripple mob. This is crazy. I don't even see the ZOMGs. Actually, I think it is doing so much damage that it might have popped all of the ZOMGs. Oh no. Wait a minute, this is causing some issues. If we're redoing this guy cannot be set on elite, I don't think. Oh no, let me buy the Moab Elim. Let me just keep dumping this ability on like a handful of balloons. That's gonna eliminate a little bit of the RB for sure. We've defended some ridiculous rounds, but this time, yeah, it seems to be the end. Okay, so let's go like this then. Let's set this guy on first. And so the idea is that he's gonna be amplifying the damage that these 45 ceramics take, and so it's gonna make the job of these, like the elite sniper and the bouncing bullets, a little bit easier. I wouldn't mind buying one more bouncing bullet actually for some extra cleanup, but I think the smart tower to buy in this case would be the glue storm, which is gonna amplify the damage by a lot. Now let's actually not buy the full glue storm. Let's buy something like the glue strike. I was thinking go for the 240, and then we want to save a little bit of extra cash just in case we need to intervene around 100. Okay, so let's switch this guy back to elite now, so he's gonna be stunning. Look at this thing, he's stunning all the ZOMGs, and now use the glue strike. We do have a redrift if necessary, but let's hope that this is just gonna survive. And you know what, I'm actually gonna switch this guy back to first. So let's try and deal with the small balloons now. We're all out on dealing with the blue mobs and the BFBs and everything else. And guys, you know what, this is looking so much better than last time, isn't it? And especially with the new Pierce, it's stunning so many balloons at once, and everyone's taking so much damage that this is okay. This like wasn't even as close, I'm gonna be honest. All right, that was amazing actually for 98, and the small amount of micro that we did. So let's move this guy back on elite, which should be fine versus these 45 DTs, by the way, no issue. And then do we have the money? I don't think we do. I don't think we have the money for the limb guys. You know what, that's fine. Let's do something else. Let's go for a couple of full autos. Can we buy one more? I think we can. And then I'm gonna use the glue strike, and then this should amplify the damage like crazy. We can also use a redrift to get the cooldown back again. And yeah, there we go. That's about it, man. That was such a fun run actually. And look at all these tier 5 snipers just working together so nicely. And that's gonna be it for this one. So the new snipers getting some buffs for sure, getting some love from Ninja Kiwi. Curious to see if you guys have actually tried them, but that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.